So it's no secret that real estate inventory is at an all-time low. But does that mean the MLS has dried up?
I don't think so, and here's why.
All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome in. We are the Boeckle Brothers. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Landon. And if you don't know who we are, we flipped over 300 properties in the past 5 years right here in the Las Vegas market.
And we've done the majority of those properties right off the MLS. In fact, this year, we purchased over 73 properties that we have bought, flipped, and sold right from the MLS.
So when we're talking about buying 73 properties off the MLS, that's a lot of properties. And it's actually up almost 50% from last year, because last year we only bought and sold about 53 properties. Yeah. So we're way up, even though inventory is down.
Right. Despite that fact, that's nationwide right now. Everyone's talking about inventories at extreme low, listed properties on the MLS. We're still able to find investment after investment and grow year over year. Now, there's also a stigma surrounding buying investment properties off the MLS. Now, that may be because they think every property is listed at market value, so what am I gonna do?
Yeah, and that's just not true. You know, they're not all listed at market value, and you don't have to purchase everything at an extreme discount either.
True.
There's plenty of properties like the one we're sitting in today that we purchased off the MLS, where we actually paid $25,000 over list price for and still made massive profits on it. So not only do we buy properties at list price, above list price, we do also buy properties at major discounts, 100 or 200,000 under as well. So the stigma behind the MLS, it's just not true. A lot of gurus will say there's no money to be made from on-market properties, and we proved them wrong year over year over year.
Now, the reason we like using the MLS as our primary acquisition strategy there's honestly many reasons. One thing is the fact that everyone that lists their home on the MLS is a motivated seller. They've decided it's time for me to sell my house. Let me put it on the market.
And there's a lot of work that goes behind that too.
A lot of work that goes behind
that. You gotta find a listing agent, you gotta get your home ready, you gotta get it listed, you gotta sign contracts and put it on the market and accept the fact that I'm ready to move.
Exactly. Now, a lot of other investors don't use the MLS and instead use a lot of marketing avenues where they end up paying a lot of money to market to sellers, send mailers to sellers, cold call sellers, trying to get a seller identified. Well, the reason we use the MLS is because everyone that's listed their home there has already raised their hand. I'm ready to sell.
Thousands of them, thousands of motivated sellers on a daily, weekly, monthly basis with their hand raised saying, hey, I wanna sell my home. Someone please come buy it.
So the rest of this video, we're gonna break down some of the key advantages and tools that we use in order to buy this many flips from the MLS. We're gonna touch on some of those topics. If you want any more detail, there is a link below to the Boeckle Brothers Academy where there is a complete section on buying homes from the MLS.
So the first thing we want to talk about by being able to even utilize the MLS is being a licensed real estate agent or partnering with a licensed agent. Jesse and I, we are brokers and owners of our own brokerage here in Las Vegas, so we're licensed agents and have been for a long time. Now the advantage of being licensed is you have direct access to the MLS. Being a licensed agent, another advantage is also the fees. It's very inexpensive, at least here in our market, the Las Vegas market, to obtain your real estate license, approximately $1,500 a year. In other states, it may vary a little bit, but hey, it's still a lot lower than the huge cost of direct-to-seller marketing on a monthly basis. And hey, you can make that feedback easily on your first deal. So I know what you're thinking. What if I don't want the liability of being a licensed real estate agent, purchasing properties like this and investing? Or you just don't have the funds to become a licensed agent? Well, we actually partner with a realtor within our company, and you can as well. Partnering with a realtor is awesome. You have someone that you can rely on and partner with to buy deals at a very nominal cost. We actually pay our realtor partner 1.5% of the commission, or half of the buyer's agent commission per deal. So there's nothing out of pocket, which is a huge advantage to you and them.
So the second aspect that we want to cover is actually how the commissions are utilized on those MLS listed properties. So since it's listed on the open market on the MLS, there is usually on almost always a commission offered. Now that commission offered to the buyer's end is normally 3%. What we're able to do with that commission is partner with our acquisitions agent or use another realtor like Landon just mentioned to create a partnership where you can incentivize that acquisitions agent by offering them some of that commission. And you, as an end investor and buyer, also get to take some of that commission and credit it towards your deal. What that does is create a win-win scenario for your realtor partner or the partner you're working with who's acquiring off the MLS, who can continually find and bring you properties that you will buy to invest in. They can continually make good percentage returns on those commissions as an acquisition agent, and it's almost no risk to them. Also on the other end, you as the end buyer, you get to credit 1%, 2%, normally for us it's 1.5%, towards your deal, which just makes all your deals even better.
So through and through, real estate's a numbers game. And to buy properties off the MLS, you gotta play that game as well. We, as licensed agents and our realtor partner, we're submitting 15 to 20 offers every single day on the MLS on properties that we think could be potential investments. Now, how do we identify those? We'll tell you later on in the video. But the moral of the story is 15 to 20 offers a day being submitted. We're talking about 100 plus offers every single week, 400 offers a month. That really only returns us a small percentage, just like any other marketing avenue. It returns us single digits, 1 to 4% return, which allows us in turn to buy 6 to 8 properties a month, which is what we do consistently year over year.
Okay, so another characteristic of ours that allows us to confidently buy that many deals from the MLS every year is being able to accurately run really tight, detailed calculations on those possible potential flips. I can't stress the importance of this enough. And in fact, since it's so important, we've included our proprietary calculator into the Boeckle Brothers Academy. When you do sign up, click the link below to get yourself signed up. You will find all kinds of important and helpful documents and information for calculating deals all encompassed inside. So that being said, calculating our deals allows us to do a few things. It allows us to be very confident when we look at a deal to understand where we need to offer on that deal. Not based on estimates throwing around numbers, but on actual rehab bids, on actual detailed expenses that home is going to cost us, as well as our actual percentage return that is our desired return for a property. Being able to have a very specific desired return criteria also allows you to make non-emotional decisions when looking at listed properties and offering on properties on the MLS. If it fits inside the buy box, we buy it because we know it's detailed, we feel confident.
So running numbers and knowing your numbers is super important, as Jesse had mentioned. But you also have to know what to look for on the MLS to drum up all these deals. Of course, there's the low-hanging fruit, so let's talk about that. Using keywords on the MLS in the search criteria box, such as TLC, cash only, cash buyers only, repairs needed, handyman special, are all fantastic keywords to drum up the distressed properties that we consider low-hanging fruit. But remember, these properties are easy to find because of that. So all the other investors in town are gonna see those as well. You're gonna have to be more competitive and more aggressive with your terms and your numbers on those type of deals. Where we've been able to drum up 70 plus properties a year consistently is by looking at the unobvious, by learning our numbers really well, and by utilizing the market and the market data to our advantage, such as sales price per square foot and list price per square foot. When a property comes on the market, the list price per square foot is a division of how big the house is compared to its list price. Let's just use $100 a square foot, for example. If the homes in one area are listed at $100 a square foot on average, and then a property comes on the market at $73 per square foot, That's something that we're going to look at very closely to determine is that a potential investment or not, because it's listed at such a discount compared to the rest of the market. So utilizing this type of search parameter and strategy is how we drum up so many deals on an annual basis. Now, you're gonna have to come up with your market numbers and figure out what price per square foot are in each zip code or in each subdivision within your market that you want to work within, and start building around that. But that's a good first step.
One of the final aspects that allows us to buy so many deals off the MLS that we're going to cover today in this video is the actual relationships that we create with the listing agents we buy homes from. Now, what I mean by that is when we buy an investment property right off the MLS, that listing agent is going to communicate with us all along the way while we're buying it. Once we've performed, once we've actually closed on the house, that listing agent needs to know that we are buyers and that we're looking for other properties. We've already done a deal with them after all, so now they feel a lot more confident in our ability to actually close. Bringing us their pocket listings, bringing us a distressed listing that they may have found, they're gonna be much more incentivized to do that, feel much more confident as us as performers on the back end to actually purchase it. And the best part now is we have all of those listing agents that we've bought properties from looking for us. So what that means is they're bringing properties to our table, which reduces the amount of time we actually need to spend looking for our properties.
So hopefully we did reinforce today the fact that, hey, we don't think the MLS has died.
Not at all.
We've done over 73 properties off the MLS just this year. That's purchase and close and still counting.
Absolutely. We cover topics just like this and a lot others on real estate investing in the Boeckle Brothers Academy. So if you do want to dive in even deeper into this subject or more, check the link below where you can get yourself signed up for our academy.
Yep, we personally interact with you on a weekly basis, answering any questions you may have. So if you have any questions on today's video, drop a comment below.
Until then,
we'll see you on the flip side.